Okay, flare gun, pipe gun, pipe gun. Oh man, that's terrible. What are the other options? You get tape and a hammer, knife and water, explosives and a sledge. We're not going to use the melee though. The explosive, having an explosive on me nice, so when we get a can, we can at least make a can grenade. Let's load our 2-shot pistol. Buy some knowledge. 225 supply, that's enough. That's over there. Spend the knowledge. 47. I want to put... Okay, this time we're going to put the stuff in the... I don't know what I picked last time. Over the... I picked fuel scavenge, which I'm kind of okay with, but I want to get these things... so safe house will have an engineering, a medical, and a weapon. I think... overlooking this one, I think the weapons chest... We're making this... I'm going to make the assumption that you don't need a battery to open these, and I think that's incorrect. I think you're going to need a battery to open them, but at least it's there. It's going to suck if you do. But you need it in the Herc ones. When you open the Herc ones, you need a battery to open their weapons chest. But we'll see. Again, we're going to be doing minimal looting. It's just going to be getting the fuel, getting the bags, and stims, and then getting out. Do a couple, done 3 or 4, 3 runs yesterday, all very intense. Oh, and there's a stim there. Okay, we need a battery. Stim is right here, but needs battery. But we did a lot of very, scavenging. Runs yesterday, got lots of knowledge, boosted up the character stats, but I think playing like that all the time is... I don't want to play like that all the time. I think it's a little really lengthened the gameplay loop. But getting some things while you're here, you know, that's right. Oh, there's a workbench. Okay, I need to unequip my sledge because it's not good for the look, we punch pretty fast on the little boys. Ew. The sledge is probably better for the bigger guys, but our melee is just so strong. Like, unarmed is so strong, I should say. No, wrong button. Wrong spot. We're fueled up. There's a workbench. Oh, I really want to quickly see if we can get a... Let's use our stim. Oh, hang on. I was thinking after that last... I mean, we didn't die because we got exploded on. We died because we had a shotgun trap. But I was wondering if it's viable not to use the stim. That way, if you do accidentally get stuck and have one of those bursty dudes burst on you, instead of getting a lot of infection from it, you can use your stim and only get... you just take some health loss instead of also getting infected. Only lasted 39 minutes last night on your first run? The one after the tutorial? I think that's all I lasted. So we need a can if we're going to make a can bomb. I don't think there's enough supplies to get a battery. Just going to have a quick look around. The herbalist one is poison. Okay, so we can't get that stim, which is sad, but what do you do? And she dropped the fuel canister because we filled up the car already. It's got 5. Okay, we want to hit the merchant. I want to hit the safe house though. Gas station, we go across the top, I think. Unless there's an undiscovered recipe that helps with infection, but that feels like that's creating your own stim. Antiviral. Herbal antiviral? Maybe. That's a campfire. Is there a thing in the backyard here? Thought I heard the... No zombies in the house. We'll quickly check it out. Nope. That bathroom got no internal door. Oh, there it is. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to do this, but I don't... Nothing to loot in there anyway. Mainly because I thought I'd drag those zombies in there and then they won't see me out here, but I don't know if that's worth. Ooh, ambulance. Medkit's good for sailing. Fuel's there. As I can hear beeping. I wonder what that symbol up there? Oh, I'm stealthed. They're in the shed. How do I get in this house? Come on. Scrap's good start. Rag. Cans. Okay, we've got some stuff to sell. Oh. No, no, no. Okay, I don't need that fuel. It's a workbench though. Let's leave it. Would it have been like a duffel bag or something else it would have gone? Probably don't need fuel station. We can go, let's go strip mall. It only costs one fuel. Yeah. Hey Pop, how you doing, buddy? Your ability to type has seemingly deserted you today. It's like my ability to speak most days. Let me see what this... Oh. Stim me. Kind of jerk move how previous survivors don't leave stims on them. Okay, car's filled up. Our antiviral just wore off. A military camp. Requires a battery, which we don't have. So that's probably the biggest thing about not looting early is you don't get a battery. But I don't know, I wonder if pressing on is... Seems to be a lot of loot there. Still up this way. Office has big loot potential. Oh, that's a exploder. Here, big boy. I don't want to kick that open just yet. But also poison. That's subsided. No batteries. I was just thinking, surely we can get electronics off the computers. We can get a hard drive though. It's good for knowledge. Hunting rifle. Okay. Cans. Make explosives. Make sure you're loaded. Battery, we've got a battery. So there's a supply cache here, right? Which is not bad to check with a battery. Quite often if it's dud, you get a battery back, but stim? Or do we battery up, use that here, get stuff, and then hopefully get a stim somewhere else? I don't know. Like the military places often have stim dispensers, but you need a battery for it. Sometimes the Herc ones come powered though. We did alright on the looting here. Let's get out. Okay. I let myself get exhausted. Is that gonna be... That's not good. Let's eat. We're 130 is the highest max we can have on our stamina, so... Okay, so she's knocking on that door since I kicked this one in. We can run around. If we can avoid the chairs. I still don't know if I want to use the battery on this cache or not. What I might do is have a look to see at the map first. I will use the battery on the... Oh, we're going to the safe house? No, I'll use the battery at the safe house, I think. Just in case we need it, because I want to use the weapons cache. Make sure we get the flowers. Okay, so that's the medical cache. That is the another cache. Wow, that's got heaps of stuff in it. No battery required. We put 2 crate. Oh, and that's the engineering one. Okay, so it's not the same as the the weapons stuff you get from battery. From the Herc ones, but still pretty good. Pistol suppressor, firecraft. Okay. So I think these are points that I'd want to, if I was going again, I'd want to invest in a little bit early as well. And that was these ones here for these chests to the safe house. For weapons, because they're weapons. Medical, and crafting for stuff to craft or sell. A reload speed. Oh, medical usage. Oops. Oh, that's action speed. That's fine. Medical usage speed. Healing benefits. Faster heal usage, I think, is good. Faster action speed could be good if you've got a horde coming in. I don't know if we need to make a bottle suppressor now, so I'll have a look first. I think I've got a suppressor, which we can put on the Death Adder, so that's definitely going there. Aiming laser on it as well. Safe houses are definite. Hey Range Pig, you're thinking again? I'm loving it. I play this is the third day. I think I put like 8 hours in first 2 days. Oh, that's not enough fuel. And it's just been great. Strongly recommend. If you like, so 2 things. If you like twin stick, like isometric twin stick shooters, it's already good. If you like roguelites, with a a constant game loop of your character, there's no character backstory, right? So you just run the game loop. You go from node to node, from start to as far as you can every time, getting meta currency to spend on stronger future runs, with the hope of, and there's a little bit of a story going through. I think there's another zone after this one we haven't unlocked yet. Yeah, but if you like both of those 2 things, or enough of one of them to get over the other one, I'd say yes. It is not a sprawling RPG zombie slowly survival thing. It's more of a fast pace. Play, die, repeat. Restaurant or neighborhood? I don't think it matters. Maybe there's less chance of the cicada noise at the restaurant. So for most of the day, I'm going to be doing sort of faster paced, less scavenging runs. We did 3 really slow paced scavenging runs yesterday, where we just looted almost everything in the map, in the zones, and it was great. We got lots of knowledge. We got to strengthen up our character and the abilities and the weapons and everything. But the runs took forever. They were good though. Like, I enjoyed it. But like there, like I would have gone, and I can't be bothered going in that back room with the way this is. And I'm not even going to take on that zombie. I'm just going to run around. There's the fuel. Today's focus, now that I've got a lot of the upgrades and we know we're getting a lot of knowledge anyway, I'll scavenge some stuff as we run past it, but I'm mostly looking at, there's nothing that I would take that I think would have saved me on the last death yesterday. Points wise, we've got max. Okay, that is just fuel. I'm gonna have a quick look over anyway, but our car is full. So in the second run yesterday, we died to poison. And then we maxed up our poison resistance, which I think was totally worth it. And then that didn't help us. So I was looking at if any of the other perks would have helped us. And it didn't feel like they would have. I think it's just playing at that later stage of the game, and maybe having the explosion damage up. But I don't know. Scrap's good. Battery. Alright, that's worth it. Let's get out. No, getting in past the second checkpoint. Meta progression is a big part, yeah. And just working with what's like trying to bump up what's your defenses against what's killing you. Are the zombies persistent per instant? There's a little bit of outside the zone zombie coming in, but I think they spawn outside the zone, like outside your line of sight, and then like outside your line of play. So it feels like you get a couple crawl in, but most of the zombies that are spawned in, if you go around and kill them, then you've killed all the zombies in the zone. We found cicadas. And there's some instances where you use certain items that make noise, a lot of noise, and they bring in the zombies from the zone. Okay, there's a stim. Yeah, so if you go around and clear out the zombies, like if there's a they're called HERC. It's an acronym for something recon. Like I don't know. That's a sploder. I'm not going to check the car. I don't want to get sploded on. Ignore that noise. I'm hoping the devs will address it. It's the only really bad thing in the game. So you power up these generators, and then that turns on some floodlights and plays a message over the loudspeaker. Unfortunately, that attracts a lot of zombies. They weren't forward thinkers when they set them up. But they power up some things that'll give you good items. Unfortunately, all the zombies in the zone will come rushing towards them. Oh, he's plated. So if you're going to use one of those, it's beneficial to clear out the zone first. I need to get to that sploder. Hey, where's the cache? Oh, it's even further down. Human Environmental Risk Control. Yeah, it is a weird name. And I think there's some zombies that are just far enough outside the zone that you can't sort of pull them. But when you set off one of those things, they come running. What if we go... Can't get that way. Oh no, I can squeeze through here. So here's one here. And I don't think I'm going to use it because I've got 2 batteries, so it's a really close call whether I want to use it or not. He's plated. Because I haven't cleared out this zone much. Which means a lot of zombies would come running. So I don't think I will use the battery on it, but I'll get the stuff that I can get inside here. Oh, it's tempting though. I don't think I've ever found a stim in it. How are we going for ammo? Got a bunch of 9mm. No 9mm. I've got a pipe pistol, I'm not using that though. You're not... No. Let's go. We'll say the cicadas was the final factor in that one. Let's just repair the car here. Use the nade on a bunch of zombies, instant clear. You can do that. But they're running at you, So, like, they run to your location, so you'd be dropping the nade on yourself. A lot of these zones are like algorithmically generated, except for like there's a couple set piece zones. How do you get the red outline around them? Couldn't figure it out. It's one of the options. Gameplay? Enemy outlines. Is there a highlight loot button? No. You get a focus that tells you where some stuff is. So this one on the top, like at about 1 o'clock, there's a stim icon. And I know that from this type of truck that sometimes there's stims in the truck. So we're going to use the battery to get the stim. Or the antiviral. Well, that's nice. Yeah, so this is one of the few set piece locations where the layout is the same, but it's got some functional differences, which is really cool. Depending on which gates are open, whether there's a stim in the truck or not. So sometimes that gate's shut and there's another door. We did one... Oh man, okay, here's a sploder. We had one where those zombies are beating on the gate up there. It was open there. Okay, the door's open there. He can come through. So we've got to think about this really carefully. Oh no, no, get out. This is bad. Oh, big boy. Yeah, yeah. So there usually is one of those in this location. I'll show you why it was an issue. And because I wasn't sure if I was going to clear out or not. Oh. But since we basically did clear out, we will. We're lucky we just didn't take more. Oh. Can I get the poison? Oh, really? We're stimmed up, so if we use a painkiller, we'll be fine. I don't have a painkiller. I want to use the med. Oh, I've got 8 med kits. Oh. No. So the infection cloud's not so bad since we've got a stim in play. I actually think this is probably one that you should clear out anyway. Because you get, especially early on, you get a lot of these Herc orders, which are good knowledge. But they're soldiers as well, so there's a good chance of having ammunition. Make sure we check all the bodies. How much infected blood do we get from him? 8. That's massive. Yeah, so one of the times, like, that gate there was open, and this gate here was open, which is kind of cool. But the issue we had with that guy is just below me here. This gate here is open. He walked through there. And normally... Normally, if the big guy will just stand there beating on that gate, so it doesn't matter because it's not open. It's the first time I've seen it open there. Yes, you can lob nades over the fence. However, you can't. It's really tough because you've got to worry about your trajectory. So normally this gate down the bottom's the open one, and he won't walk down there for whatever reason. So we'll do. I should take some max stamina as well when we get to 90. I have 2 can bombs, 3 grenades. Let's go with the grenade. There. So if you want to go over a fence, it's kind of jank because you can't change your trajectory. You can only sort of change your landing point. You have to sort of you get a feel for it, and it's either very satisfying or extremely disappointing. That one was good. One of the story points you show up to, it's the warehouse on fire, and I think there's 30 zombies, including one of those big hulking dudes beating on the front door. Through 2 nades. The first one goes off, and I think there's some deaths, and the second one goes off, and everything just goes except the big hulking dude. He then chased me down, and he only took a couple bullets after that, though. So this one's good, a pretty good map to clear out anyway. At the end of the first zone, largely because you can get stims. So if you've got batteries, definitely. But also, there's up in this section on the. Okay, we unlocked a mutation. I think that's because we just leveled up. At certain levels, you get the chance to get better mutations. So hopefully we get to find out what that one is when we get mutated. There's fuel there. I'll get that on the... Actually, I'll get that now, otherwise I'll forget. I prefer games like this, or a lot of games with controller, mainly because of the running. I think moving around is better with the joystick than WASD. It depends how good your aiming is. Mouse probably is better for aiming because you can just point at the zombies, whereas with this, with the controller, you've got the sort of aim. However, there is an option in gameplay to outline enemies when you're aiming. I think that's important because where that dot is not on the ground. It's at gun height. So because of the isometric view, that can make things a bit difficult. So it doesn't give you aim assist, but it does when you're close enough. It highlights to go, yep, you're hitting that zombie now. And with the rifles, it does that from a lot further away because rifles shoot from a lot further away. The other spot here with the grenade is that, if there's going to be zombies to loot, they've all been lined up. That's a lot of explosives too, so once we get our cans going, antiviral expired. I'm at below 90, so I want to take a stamina boost. Where's my canned meat? One downside I noticed about now being able to effectively use the 40 food is that because I'm not using the 20 food every time we're down 20 stamina, I have less cans. You lose the dot? Yeah, it only goes up if you're holding the right stick in a certain direction. Minus 70... Oh, that's slippery skin. Minus 75% grapple chance. Film has developed on the surface of your skin, making harder to grab. I wish that was easier to get out of a grab, though. I'm still going to take it, though. Getting grappled is terrible. And I think Jagged is much better in the early zones when you've got a new account or a new save file and you're meleeing a lot of stuff. Okay, there's no outside stim on this one. There's a duffel bag in there. We load it up. Sometimes there's a little stim canister just on the wall over there too. Terrible. Battery. We've only got one battery, so we're not using. You don't use it on medicine. We can phone in some knowledge points though. 24. Reload. Faster action. Probably faster action. Faster reload next. I'm gonna... Oh man, battery on this or on a stim? That's a tough call. We're gonna need ammo. We've got an AMP and 45. How much 45 ammo do I have? Reasonable amount. It'll be good in the next zone, I think. Not the greatest though. Yeah, so if you hadn't cleared out and you'd opened up that... open up that station, all the zombies would have come running. You have to have a big shootout. I guess can be kind of fun. Booby traps there? Ah, they're not common. I died to one in the previous run. It was the first... I've only had 3 go off. Shotgun traps. One, a zombie walked into, another one, I don't know how I think I was running into the room and I changed my mind to run out at the last minute. Not because I saw the trap, just luck. And the trap went off and missed me. And then one got me in the last run and I died. And then there's these other poison ones, but they're really obvious to see. But yet, strangely enough, still really easy to hit. So... no point thinking about this, let's just go to the next zone. Because we've got to do the next map anyway. Amp's going to be loud, so I don't really want to use that if we don't have to. Oh. No, that guy's terrible. Hate him. I wonder if I could have done better there. Oh. It's a locked gate. Oh, here it is. Hey. Is it possible to sneak a melee? Yes. It's left. You got to push left stick to initiate a sneak on the controller, and it's like most games that have left controller button. It struggles to get engaged. As soon as you can't run sneak fast. And you can melee. I even put points into all the melee stuff really early because your weapons degrade, and so I'd rather have stronger melee if you're going to be forced into it. And it's really good while you're getting your metagame knowledge, so you can get skill up. You spend a lot of the early game really dedicated. You want to scavenge around and get as much stuff as you can before you get out of the first zone. So until you can consistently get out of the first zone, you just want to be scavenging really hard in all these locations to try and get stuff. I'm not going in there because I don't want to be getting the stuff that's in there now. Okay, it's a cache. So now I have to make a decision of whether I want to go in the house or not. And I kind of do, but I also don't. I don't have a stim and I don't have a battery, so not having a battery is a reason to go in there. So that one there, a real big boy. He'll take a lot of hits. We could probably melee him down though. He might run at us. Electronics is good. That means we can make a battery if we find a table, a workbench. Oh, that's a bloated guy, not a... Okay. So I really don't want to be in here. I thought it was one of the other dudes. That's the other trap right there. Just don't go near them. So if we find a workbench, we can create a battery. Where's the car? Is the car forever broken? Pretty much. It's the one car the base has. When you die, they send someone out just to stealth out and bring it back. We don't have a battery, so we can't trigger that. But it's on the way. Oh, we do. Yeah, I can make a battery though. And we want to go here, then to here. We're not going to use that cache. That's going to be more fuel though, isn't it? I think that's going to be a 1 fuel. I think that's going to be a 2 fueler. There's points you can spend into like how the engine doesn't break down as much, and you can repair it faster. But I sort of value those as low priority because normally like now I'll just repair the car. It doesn't take that long and it's done and there's no one around. There's a stim location. I don't have a battery. Or if we get a battery, that means we can get that stim. Oh, look at that bug. There's a slight visual bug on how she's holding the gun there, I think. Oh. There was also no blood lab at the wall, so we couldn't convert blood to stim. That's gonna be way better. Suppressor on that. Standard magazine might even be better. I wonder, can you put all of them on there? You can. And now I just need is a scope. Oh, look at that. And so there's the cache. Oh, look at that group of dudes. There's something else up there as well. Fuel. See that guy? Oh. Freaking spiders, man. I like how they all hear the grenade. So they all start just... like everyone starts slowly ambling over to the where I threw the grenade from. I threw the grenade to. Alright. Which is good because then when they're all grouped up again, we can throw another grenade. I don't know if those ones over there are gonna... yeah, they're going for it as well. So the problem with waiting too long is our things building up, right? I got a grenade back. Oh. Oh, this Herc one's open. Okay, battery for a stimulator. We need a crafting bench. Come on. Oh, that would have been... we've got electronics and scrap, so we can make a battery. But there's a stim in... that's a shame. Which means... I'm just gonna... no, I don't need to put in the car. Alright, let's... I'm gonna kick this generator then. Flare gun, MP5. MP5's fun. A lot of 9mm shotgun flare cartridges. Let's take it. MP5 also counts as a pistol. Still no stim though. Oh, there's a... Oh, it's a combination lock. We need hurt codes for that. There's no noisemakers in the game. That is a noisemaker in itself, but as soon as you leave this sort of area, they'll chase after you. You can't. There are some instances where you can kind of sneak away from it a little bit. So there's no radio either, so we can't take that code. And there's 2 stims. We can't get either of them here. That really hurts. Here's what it is, though. Oh, where's the car? No, you can't get into those tents. There'll be no crafting bench up here. Oh, is that an extra stim? Give me battery. Battery? We get lucky with the battery. I don't know how much up here I can see. No. Alright. Yeah. Battery would have been really... Although our stim's not moving that much. However, any melee damage means we take infection. Our infection's not moving that much, I should say. That's good. That's a shame though. We have no stim and there was 2 there. We could have used one and pocketed the other one. That really hurts. That's the benefit for early game looting, I guess. Or being able to hit early merchant versus early safe house. If you can get safe house and the merchant, I think you're golden. We have to go merchant though. Like here, we'll go merchant into a safe house. So we'll get a battery off Mikhail at least. And we've got a lot of stuff to sell too, so we should be able to drain his knowledge as well. But yeah, like little things, like you get lucky and you get that zone we just had after going to the merchant. And you'd be walking out of there with all the stims. There's a stim right here. Fellas? It's really hard just to fire off one round off on that. Oh. No point taking heartbeat. 10% damage to undamaged enemies. 10% to enemies with less than 30% health. No change fire mode? Correct. Oh, I don't have a battery. We'll have to get it from Mikhail. You just put on a different weapon if you want a different... There's a few different weapons. Plus the zombies most of the time are grouped up, so if you get a few of them shooting off. Oh, there we go. I just managed to just fire it a few times in a row. Mikhail's right there. Can't walk into that for a little while. There's also a trap behind him. Oh. It's fuel. That's a survivor bag, I think. No way to stash fuel on top of the car? Correct. I think there is. You automatically do it. When you go, you can make the car 5 out of 2. Like it holds 2 units. So we've got 3 out of 2, so one of those is on top of the car. And you can get to a maximum of 5. So I guess you put 3 units on top of the car. He's got Witcher sets. Yeah, it's not very good. It's kind of okay, but it doesn't show you loot or anything. It just sort of vaguely sends you in the direction of key points in the map. Okay, so sell off all the melee weapons because they're kind of useless. He's got 8 knowledge left. I don't want the flare gun or the flare. We've got a lot of flares though, but he doesn't take them. And I don't use it, so... Let's buy a battery. You've got a battery, right? How much ammo does he have? Buy that. Buy the 40 mil grenade. Always buy the battery. Not selling the gun, I will be selling stuff, yeah. I'm not done yet. I'm still in the process. Sell off that hunting rifle. Get attachments? Maybe, we'll see. Sell off that MP5. We'll definitely sell the pipe pistol. Let's keep the ump to use the 45 cal, which means I don't need a death adder. And I don't have anything that uses 5.56 at the moment. Does Mikhail have something that uses 5.56? We've got an M4. Huh. It costs 25. We should be able to sell enough stuff. I'll sell the one of the pistols. I don't need 2 pistols. What attachments does he have? He doesn't have attachments. I'll buy the 45 since since we've got the ump. Okay, selling brick. We have rotten food. Oh, the medkits sell really well. And they're heavy. We're definitely not gonna eat the rusty canned food though. You could probably juggle that, like where you eat the canned food and do something to negate the poison. You use the brick to trigger traps from a distance. That's a good question. We could probably try that on one of them. There's a trap over here, right? We've got a bottle, we could try that. The shotgun traps, I don't think you can. You just got to not go into that doorway that they're pointing on. We're not doing much with the herbs, so you can always sell the herb stuff as well. But medkits sell really well, plus they're heavy. And you hardly use those ones. I mean, I have used one already this game, but you hardly use it. Keep the infected blood samples in case we get to infected blood machines. I'll sell one bottle and I'll try one on the trap. We have tape. Tape sells well. Okay, so I need to get some cans as well, so I need to eat some food. So that's definitely the downside of having the higher max stamina, is using the higher food means I have less empty cans, so I'm not able to make as many can grenades. So I think it's probably worth using the lower value food if you have explosives, so you can make can grenades. Let's quickly. I'll try and use this bottle on this trap. It's fine. No, you can't trigger the trap with a bottle. There you go. I think we buy that. Okay, he's got... Now we need to get his knowledge back. I'm going to keep the pistol, even though that gives us 2 9mm weapons, because sometimes you want a pistol and not a... You can't shoot it. We've tried that already. Let's sell the tape. Probably go the hog route. I'm not a big fan of the mollies. Get rid of the MRE. Let's go flowers, I think. Stamina heal flowers. Yeah, stamina heal flowers over the other flowers. And let's get some more. He's got 10 more knowledge now. While you loot the flowers. Probably should have sold the other one, but that's okay, we'll get more. Alright, we're good with the vendor. Roll through? No, it hits you. I think you can get right, like, you've got to find the perfect distance and roll away. And I don't know if you're supposed to be able to do that or if I just got lucky. It feels like you're not supposed to be able to do it like that. Alright. We've got the hunting rifle and... MP5. I need a better long gun. The M4 is fully automatic. I don't have enough ammo to have that. Alright, that'll work. We'll leave it like that for the time being. Okay, so there's a bag. Oh, we need that battery for a stim at some point. Fuel and something else up in here. Hopefully it's a workbench. It's not. It's a radio. Dang, it's a shame. I'll have to come back for the bag. Go get the stim straight away. Sometimes there's stims in there. That'll buy us a little bit of time. I like how Mikhail's always got one battery, but I wish he had two. But yeah, that would, I think the trade-off would be that sometimes you'd have to have none. Quickly check these cars for loot. Pop that off. Good zone though. Come on. Sell stuff off. He didn't have any more currency. So you need to be able to buy things off him to give him more currency and then sell some more, and there's a bit of back and forth. Okay, so we don't want to take forever here. You're welcome, man. Plus, even once I beat it, I think you could always go back to it again because you'd have another run. Like, it's roguish. Oh, we got a shotgun. That'll help in some of the locations. Because you start from the very beginning every time you die. It's roguish. They're permadeath runs. We can make a bunch of can bombs. Definitely want to make all the batteries first before I use up all my any scrap. It's so good. Phone some knowledge in. What do we want? Less stamina on dodge. Probably not. There's something else. Faster reload. We've got that one maxed. I think faster reload then. No bottle suppressor. I've got a suppressor on my pistol. But it only works on pistols and stuff. So I don't need another one. You need to have a rifle suppressor. You can't use a bottle one. Oh, we came across a place that we could have used the code. So I'm going to get the code now. We could save up for more backpack. It's expensive at 33 and it doesn't really matter yet. Okay, I haven't seen a point where it matters. Stronger explosives though. So we'll get level in throw distance, stronger mollies, and then we'll start ramping explosive damage. Decoded access Herc codes will give access to certain Herc bunkers and lockups. Unlocked for Herc locations we have found in the past proving to be a very fruitful term of scavenging. Lock location could be more so. The fuel is just starting fuel. It's not doesn't feel that big. I don't need that. Make sure we get the flowers. There's another workbench in here. Yeah. When I have Molotovs maxed out, I'll try them again. But until then, they've been very disappointing. I don't think I missed it. Oh, there's something over there. Okay, we've got 5 fuel. Oh, it's 5 out of 1. I wonder what the out of is. Yeah, so if I go to grab this fuel, she just won't put it in. She's like, no. Yep, okay. Tank is full, which stops you from overpowering that. Let's fix the car before we go. Okay. So no matter what, we don't have to get to there. There's a Herc station there, which we can go to straight away for 4 fuel. We can go straight to there for 4 fuel. I don't, it's a tough call. Are we, this is like really interesting. Usually in roguish games, you say don't skip nodes, right? But you've got resources that are constantly ticking down, and you're not necessarily getting stronger. It's not like, I think of FTL where you want to take as many hit jumps as possible and win fights because you get scrap after every fight, and you use that to give you a permanent upgrade. There's no permanent upgrades during the run per se. You know, you get mutations, but you're not giving yourself more attack power during the run. It's only the meta stuff. So the only reason to go to certain locations is for specific things. Or we can go there to look for stuff, but that uses our stim and potentially uses bullets. Whereas we know we can get some stuff from there. It's such a good, like, it messes with your mind. Why is South Track all grey? You can only go forward. So it shows you the path that you came across. Is highlighted, but I can't go back there. And I can't get to these because you can only go forward. Alright, let's go to the Herc station. We've got 5 fuel. So a reason to stop is to quickly grab a fuel. Because you want to probably stay as close to topped up as possible. Yeah, it's probably the first time I've played a rogue game where there's reason to skip node other than you're a panic. Like, you're welcome, Ranger Pig. Feel free to drop by anytime. Have a good one. Okay, the car took a bit of a beating. We got cicadas and water. So yesterday, yesterday I had to take a break when we were near the waterfall. I got DMCA'd. And I'm like, how did I get DMCA'd here? It was running water, running water on loop for calming dogs by someone. Put a DMCA for this water noise. Someone literally put a copyright on running water. Because they have an album somewhere. Now I understand we've got we use when we have to put the dogs in the laundry, like for going out. We put some calming music on because it helps them. And it actually works. They don't. We were able to test because we put the dogs when we had to go put them in the laundry. We don't want to tie them up, you know, because it feels bad when you see the dog tied up. Even if they're tied to something they can move around a bit, they know, right? They look sad. But, you know, if we're going out, we need to put them in the laundry, so they've got beds and food and water and stuff. But when we do that, we shut the door, and they sort of jump at the door. You can hear them scratching on the door, and they don't bark, but they make dog noises. Yeah. And it's not good for them because obviously they're upset. You put the music on, they just listen to the music and they sit in their bed. Right? So I get charging for it. If someone wants to put a compilation of those sounds together on there's a big dude, on a disc, and then charge for the disc, that makes sense that you would pay it, there's a trap there too, I don't want to set that off. But putting a copyright on, some random soundbite you got because it's it's and out of bullets for that. I need a better rifle. Well, it seems more than excessive. It seems unethical. I guess we're going to use the M4. I don't have much ammo for that either. Oh, we're running out of... No! Okay. What did I just put on I'll put the muzzle brake on it. It requires a battery, and I don't know if I want to use it on that. Right, let's go. Can I go across that water? Oh, I can. Right, it's the bubbly water in zone 3 you can't cross without worrying about the dude. Man, cicadas. Oh, don't do that. Certain things that are counted as public domain. Yeah, there's some things that should inherently be public domain. And running water, yeah. But it's because it's an automated process now. That's what's allowed it to become a thing. People, I want to hit this, but we're gonna have to clear out because there's lots of dudes still. Maybe there's not that many dudes. Maybe we can let the generator clear for us. I can defend myself here. Right? Let the generator pull everything else over that side. I was more worried about, there always seems to be a group of the kid zombies come when you turn those on, and you can't hit those from over the wall. Free stim. How can we get stim here? Nice. Oh, we have a bonus stim. So I almost don't want to use a battery now. But there's something over there, and there's a supply cache. If there's a workbench, that's a radio, requires a battery, we won't be taking it. There's a workbench. Where is it? I thought I had... Oh, I don't have electronics. Do I have any cans? Or an 80 out of 130 food? Man, that cicada sound. Did you hear my thing about the why the 40 heal's bad again, Kizron? I don't have any explosives, so it doesn't matter. 40 heal's great value, but it means you end up with less cans because you don't eat as many canned foods. Do I want to use a battery on the cache? I think I do. I need ammo. Oh, that is terrible. Send that back to base. Let's get out. Less cans is less weight. Yeah, but so it's good for selling. Like selling off the crappy ones is good because you get the same price. But eating one can with 40 food in it means you end up with one empty can, so you can only make one can bomb. Eating 4 cans with 10 food in them means you can make 4 can bombs. So it depends if you've got the explosives, obviously. I've got empty cans now, I don't have explosives. There are some empty cans, but I don't see as many of them because the empty bottles, I think, like they're throwable. Whereas the empty cans aren't throwables. I was kind of hoping there'd be a back entrance into the house. Oh, there we go. Four out of 5 is good enough. Come here. Oh, there's gonna be issues. Here we go. They're locked. Okay, there's nothing here. Well, how are we going fuel-wise? We don't have enough fuel. We're gonna have to do a thing. Yeah. I think there's a good chunk of backstory and stuff in it. Been a lot of people with a lot of negativity on there. I've played the game for 45 minutes, so I'm going to write a review. So we're going to have a stop in the middle for fuel, which kind of sucks. There's probably going to be a big boy. I think one reason to stop every step along the way and skipping instead of skipping is just if there's a close fuel, right? You quickly grab it and go fill up your car and get back in. So instead of doing the automatic skip, just get out, have a quick look. Hey, Refim, yeah, I was just thinking of that. The problem is that unlike most roguish games where skipping's detrimental because you lose strength, when you've got multiple things that are always ticking down, right, in time. Also ammo. So you potentially can end up, and it's not like in other rogue games where you're like, okay, sure, taking a fight, you could take damage, and you lose a bit of health. In this game, you're going to take, oh, there's the big boy. I don't think he's worth going to see if there's another fuel canister up the road. Yeah, because hanging around the node costs you your antiviral time, and it's gonna cost you ammo. You could get some ammo, but a lot of times I find the ammo ticks down. Getting it from a weapons cache is where your ammo bulks back up again. So just going straight to the weapons cache. But you got to have batteries, so you got to do a little bit of looking around, right? Oh, we definitely don't want him bashing out. Is there just too many? Oh, poison. Oh, we're in poison already? Well, it depends what nodes you're going to. I think you're better off not skipping. I think you're better off driving there, because you don't save fuel by driving straight through. Oh, there's a battery. Oh, battery and power poles, of course, makes sense. Yeah, so it's not like there's a fuel saving from choosing to go straight through. Is there no fuel here? Why is there no fuel in this zone? Don't want to use my battery on this cache. I definitely don't want to deal with her. And I want ammo. Oh, that's a dud. 2 duds in a row. Alright, let's get out. Yeah, but I think, yeah, just making the stop at each one, checking to see if fuel is close. Merchant. This is the no fuel protection. You end up in a zone called middle of nowhere. It's just a street. There's fuel, sometimes at both ends, sometimes only at one end, and zombies. So it's going to cost you ammo as a trade-off. And there's usually something big and bad as well. There's a big bad charger over there as well, so now I gotta... Come on. I don't know if it does enough because I haven't put points into them. There we go. Now I've got this big dude. Let's stam up. Get out of the water. Okay. One thing I think definitely needs to be fixed up is getting in and out of the water. It's really hard to see where you can get back out again. And especially since there's a zombie in here that messes you up, you need to be able to get out. We're full, so I'm not chasing anything north. This has been costly. We just got 5 fuel. That was good. Okay. Okay, there's only one thing. It's over this way. Let's fix the car up here. Like 5 fuel is the maximum you can carry, so getting all of that. Really good. Now stim's still in effect, which is great. I'm worried about spitters though. Oh, there's Mikhail. Is he the only thing in the zone? Okay, let's get his battery. He doesn't have a battery? No way. Dude, that's all he's got. Alright, let's take his ammo. Sell that. Sell the flare gun. Sell one of the hunting rifles. I don't have anything else for 7.62. Man, I can't believe that's all he had. Look, it's so little. Why don't you have any stuff, Mikhail? Sell that. Do we have any contaminated water. So, do we want to loot? No. This place is scary. These zombies are tough. Have a look around. If I see any poison, I'm out of here. Oh! He's a spitter. There's no fuel in the zone either. We have a safe house up here? It makes no sense to have a safe house in the sunken city. Which explains why there isn't one. Abandoned compound? Or city street. City streets leads to military outpost, which is likely to have stuff, but also could be tough. And I want to get to that, which we can get to anyway, but I don't know if I want to do 4 nodes to get to it. Oh, Herc one's going to be tough as well. I wonder if the abandoned compound doesn't have stuff because it's been abandoned. Let's find out. We got poison near the car straight away. I think this is a story mission. Where's that spitter? Oh! Okay, the M4 is really good for the spitters. And now they're going to let me in. You jerkholes. Oh, maybe they'll help now. Maybe... So these are the guys that told us to stay out of the city. Oh, maybe because they want to scavenge the city for themselves. Because... You know, they need to live off stuff out here. Let's quickly see if we can get cars and stuff. We don't have any stim. Hey Savarith, how you doing? Abandon one? For a hurry? I think sometimes you gotta abandon some. Oh, that dude's glitched out up there. Oh, we got a battery. Oh, that's why you wanna loot the zombies. Watch it, outsider. Speak to leader. Oh. Where is leader? Oh, they've got stuff. Okay, I definitely don't want to use that, but I want to... Yeah, I'm just going to... We're here on a... I'm here. I come in peace to steal all your stuff. There's some good stuff. Do they have a workbench? We got a radio, but it's going to cost me a battery, and I don't want to do that. However, oh, they've got a do have a workbench. No, don't make that. Let's make some can bombs. Can't make a battery, but I've got one. Oh, yeah, let me take all your stuff. Keep moving. Alright, let me just come up here and steal this stuff. It's empty. I've got the thing to get into locked areas. They kept nothing behind it. Why lock it if it's empty? Ah, this feels good. Move along. Our city will bring you back one day to former glory. They've got a shrine to the city as well. Their leader looks way better than our leader. Grab some explosives. Grab some more explosives. Make some more canned explosives. And then go speak to leader. Oh, hey, I just noticed something. Our stim is, it's not showing our infection rate here. So it's like our infection's on pause now that we're inside the compound. I have explosives, but no cans. I don't know how much stuff I have, so let's just eat a can of whatever the smallest one is. We can fruit. Right. And then make another can bomb. Good. Hey dude, my name's infected someone.
I told you not to come here.
I think we have mutual interests.
Oh, the bravado on this one. Just for interest's sake, before we string you up. What exactly do you think that mutual interest might be?
I've seen the infected canisters in your city.
That's not your concern. We are in control of the situation. Despite this insidious new wave, we are in control. We destroyed what was left of the canisters.
Yeah, about that? Or you didn't, though?
What? Explain yourself.
We blew up the warehouse.
We've been watching your people from afar. We do appreciate that until recently you haven't ventured beyond your wall. But if what you said is true about destroying the infection at the warehouse, perhaps we need to reconsider.
Reconsider?
Never mind. Where are you headed? Because I can assure you you're not staying here. We can see your infection growing.
Chasing a signal west.
A radio signal?
I was wondering how much infection time people wasted looking for leader, yeah.
Why would you be doing that?
We believe it's tied to an infection spreading device.
Someone is operating these devices remotely. Perhaps you do have your use. You handled yourself well at our gates.
Thank you, my lord. No, thank you.
You did well.
Can I go?
As long as you live to find who is placing these devices spreading this infection. You and your people are welcome here.
Ooh, I wonder if that opens up safe houses in this zone now.
I have a very simple rule. Don't with me, I won't with you. Every one of the heads you see here broke that rule. Is that understood?
Understood. That'd be really cool if that now put safe houses in the zone. I have a very simple rule. Don't loot all the stuff we have here. Like how the idiots up on the fence there, like, just let the zombies beat on the car. Jerks. Alright, another story mission down. Completed the others. Oh, man. Abandoned compound, all abandoned, marked by pile of skulls and spikes. So this is where we were headed before we got sidetracked. And serious ammo issues. So I'm gonna use the 45. Okay. Pump's really loud though. Oh, we've got a suppressor, so we can suppress that. I want to save the M41 in case we have spitters. So we're going to be using that. Get some attachments on that. Extended magazine. And a suppressor. Yep. Oh, one's a barrel and one's a muzzle. There we go. Right, let's go this way first. Does that not have a suppressor on it? I can hear the thing. That's in the water. I thought I got far enough away. I'm not too upset. I didn't even know there was a bomb there. I'm worried about the bubble drowner dude, but I want to get the... How do I get out of the water? I want to make sure I don't get in the water. Again, because water bad. Just remember that, water bad. We did get a battery though. Well, I got electronics from that thing. Which is good. Now, I thought I had... I got the pistol. Okay, so I thought this didn't make too much sense. You can have a muzzle attachment. You can't have a suppressor on top of a muzzle attachment, even though it's got it as... One's a barrel and one's a muzzle. Yeah, I was kind of weird that one was a barrel and one was a muzzle. I thought maybe it'll let me have a suppressor and a muzzle brake, because it's two different slots. It doesn't, which is why it, my first shot fired off was loud. You're watching the bubble get closer and closer? Well, someone was saying that the bubble doesn't move, so if you see where it is, don't go there. I'm not too sure about that. Look at that one. You've got to crouch through the water there to get across that one. That's a nope from me. Oh man, we're maxed out on fuel. This is the one. This is the location we died yesterday. Because we got done by spitters. There's 2 campfires. There's a workbench, which doesn't do much for us, so there's nothing in there that we can use. And there's, look at that, there's a trap just inside that one if you go that way. Probably has to do with how they create the baffle. Probably. I know, I did see on one of the guns I was able to have a barrel and a, what do they call the other one? A muzzle attachment. But maybe it was because of what type of attachment they were. City block shopping or city block. City block. I mean, I want to go that way and I don't want to take 3 nodes to it. How you doing, Cindy? How far did you get yesterday? You made it to the mountains? Nice. Had some bad runs? I had one bad run to start the day. Did I have 2? Can't remember. But this one's going okay. Oof. I was looking over the death of yesterday's final run, trying to work out what knowledge I should buy to make that make me less susceptible to it again. And I looked at it and went, there's nothing really that is like in knowledge that would help out with that. XP gain, aimed damage. Yeah, tunnel vision, easy. Except just being more prepared for that, or another electronics, for the spitter. I'm like, how do you be more prepared for... Oh, there's a cache there. I think we use it. We've got a battery. I've got electronics. If we can get to... Oh, I probably could have used that workbench in the previous zone, but it was going to... I think it was going to cost too much to get to. Those dudes are chonky. You need range. The spiders, though, you can definitely go for timing. The spitters, you probably can go for timing, but they're a lot harder to time. Because the spider, you just got to avoid the landing spot. The spitter, the landing spots are is quite a large area. Oh, they're inside. Where's the thing? I've had 2 dud caches in a row. I really, really don't want to have another dud, but ammo. Please be good. Oh, we got our battery back at least. I wouldn't call it good, but we got a battery back. Okay, so we were max fuel at one point, and we haven't been able to skip in this zone. Sunken City 88%. Oh. Okay, see what those things south are. There's a poison sploder. There's a spitter in there. That's a trap, right? Seemed like that should have been a trap. Apparently Zombonis don't set off traps. There's a workbench in there. Is it in this? Please be in this building. I love that everyone's walking up that way. Hopefully they're not all walking up to the car though. There's a spitter there. I think they hit the thing. Okay. Oh, I've got so many batteries. It's so good. I need... I wish you could empty the can. I'm going to see if you can. There's an option just to empty can. I don't want to eat it, just empty it. I get into the ambulance. I think the ambulance might be out of the zone. This is great that that bomb went off. They're all just going that way and being away from my car as well, which is... You see that? The wall came down. Hopefully that didn't make too much noise. Looks like it made just enough noise to get that one. I just want to use something big. I don't want to go anywhere near that. Ah, but there's sludge. Where is that spitter? I'm not dying to that puking up. There she is. Oh. I'm poisoned. Okay. Damage over time. Oh, heal over time. I think I got him. We think we took him down though. One of the points I did fill up fairly quickly was speed of healing. Another battery. Painkillers, yeah. Did I have painkillers in there for the hot? I do? Okay. Alright, well, I guess now we've got 5 batteries. We definitely need to go up to that Herc thing. There could be a couple stims. And now that we sort of shot out everything in the zone, I was kind of concerned whether I wanted to go for the Herc generator or not, because it would bring everything in. But we kind of, yeah, solved that problem. There's also a booby trap in here somewhere near the exit, I think. Please have a stim on the side. Yes. Oops. I can hear a thing. The purple symbol, the one that's now yellow, that's your infection. When it's yellow, you've got an antiviral, so it's not getting worse. Or unless you're talking about this little one next to me, it's for metagame only. It's knowledge. I can hear the radio. Oh, in the zone? That one, that's this thing, the Herc station. It's got a generator, which will attract a lot of some zombies, or if you've killed a lot of them, it won't attract as many. Unless it's inside the thing. I don't want to waste time. I've already wasted enough time, I should say. Okay, we've got a bunch of blood too, so if there's a thing in here for blood stim, nice. Let's phone in this. We have a bunch more knowledge. Reload times are maybe... Oh, explosive damage. And we could go for throw distance. Well, I think that's throwing off screen, but probably good. Maybe fire damage. Oh, it's also explosive range. That's really good. Maybe mollies might be useful with that. Chance to find more stuff means you don't have to loot as much as many things. So maybe that increases the, like, removes the empties a bit more. So you don't have to loot as many locations to find stuff to sell. Which means you could run through a lot faster. Let's use a battery here. We got the sport shot rifle, which is great. RPG launcher and grenades. Okay, we got to take them, right? It feels like it's a law. What I'm going to do is I'm going to burn this stim and make another one straight away. Oh wow. Okay, here's a lesson learnt. We just wasted a third of a stim. You can only make one at the thing. Can't use it twice. All right, so we just lost a third of a stim, which sucks, but lessons learnt. We knew you couldn't carry more, but I thought you could make multiples at those machines. I'm stuck. Yeah, we successfully scienced. And we're at the bridge now. Okay. Hee. Leighton City Bridge. The bridge marks the edge of the city. Someone has been here before you. Okay, that guy we have to melee. Nice and full. Okay. Find the engine room. It's here at the front of the car. No? I guess you won't start cooking now. Okay. I'm going to have to think of what we're going to do when we run out of 45 cal, because it's going to happen soon. Might be the sport shot on the 5.56. We use that as a... We use that as our single shotter. Okay. I don't know if I just wasted far too many of those. I don't want to use the grenades. It's okay. Use the molly. Because she saw it coming. Ah, then ran into it anyway, idiot. Is she dead though? I think she might be dead. I'm gonna keep the M4 out, just in case. Wait, are we in sludge? No frickin' way do we have to cross the bridge in the sludge, right? Oh no. Oh yeah, if they're on fire, will they not spit? Um. Oh, this is. And my antiviral expired because I'm wasting time because I don't want to walk across the water because of I don't want to get grabbed. I can't see bubbles. Okay, now that we've awoken everything in the entire world. Okay, the M4 uses 5.56, which I want to... It's good. It's strong, though. I need a 9mm rifle. Oh, bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. There's a trap there. Bubbles! Yeah, apparently there's no way to kill the bubble dude. We're starting the engines on a bridge. And I'm in the control... Where's the control room now? Is this the control? This was the engine room, was it? And then it said find control room. Wants us to leave? Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure the bubbles... don't move. Is it saying there, or do you think it's the other side? Um, 40% melee resilience, yeah. The other one's not so good, I don't think. Oh, there's... Bubbles are definitely moved. Why are we getting sent back in here? Was there a doorway in here to go through to a different room? Am I supposed to just go back to the... Oh, I'm in the engine room. 101. Find control room. Control room, different room. Do you turn into a zombie when the purple bar takes over? You die. I guess you do become a zombie then. Okay, so that's the engine room. We have no idea where the control room is. We go back to the car. We push out further across the bridge. That seems like that's a really long range. Like, we can see that it's up there. I was pretty far away from it as well. Hey, Snapplane. Thanks. I'm pretty disappointed in that. Yeah, that's sad. Also, the zone wasn't showing us the next checkpoint, which was interesting. Huh. Not much you can do. There was one of those in an alleyway. We ran past it, like literally past it, and it didn't go off. Like that one triggered. But there was a couple zones ago. There was one in between buildings. And so it's here. We ran like down that close to one and didn't trigger it. And then a zombie ran over it and didn't trigger it. It went off later though. I'm a bit disappointed that the run ended like that. Well, very actually. They enhance some subtle, often distant noises. Or maybe it's the suppression of the close ones that gives that relative enhancement of the other ones. If that makes sense. Or maybe they do just amplify them. I'm going to have a quick break, make a cup of tea, little streamer room. We'll come back and go again, but yeah, disappointed with how that ended. That's the only time I've sort of felt, I wouldn't say cheating, but it felt cheap. But can't complain about it, I guess. Oh, I can, but I'm not going to.